and I can continue adding and adding more things, to complete the project. Also, yeah, trying to get some kind of handsome idealism face from the comics. I have this thing for the faces. I like to use symmetry to get a basic shape in a neutral expression. Then when I am happy with my basic likeness or handsomeness, or I don't know how to say it, likeness, maybe things about, okay, I want to my character looks like that, I apply a expression, because at the same time with the body we have thousands of muscles on our face, and every motion on our face changes the complete expression, So for that reason, I like to work on get the accurate form, the things that I wanted, or the reference that the people say me. Sometimes someone wants to have, okay, or will tell you, I want my face on that piece. Would you reply it? This is interesting. This words like that when you practice in likeness. But yeah, likeness is another whole completely study. I know really amazing guys who get this really well, as Hossein Diva from Brazil. Hossein Diva is an extraordinary artist who create likeness. I mean, the likeness is the way of one school or the drawing is too similar to the original photo or the original person, Now I'm just applying the small designs to get a nice appearance. And where I started from this, and this is from this. Oh, sorry. Okay. And a sphere to get the school shape, the basic school shape. Remember that you can cut this on symmetry using trim curve. When you apply the trim curve, notice that you have C intensity, and you can increase this until 100, and you can turn out the symmetry. Press X, and you can see. Press X to activate the symmetry. Okay. Then insert another cylinder. Delete. Then a cube. Insert cube. I'm using the same base idea. Just use X to cut this thing here. I make some, like a trapezius. Rotate this. Apply this. Okay. merge down, merge down, merge down. This is the process. This is my base, for example, to get a face. A completely basic shape where I have a jaw, the skull shape form, the neck, the trapezius. Select this. Okay. Then once you have your base shape, I apply Dynamesh this in a lower resolution using the symmetry and start to sculpt really quickly. And I selected a cross section, but sometimes I wanted to apply these muscles. Is really important to me. The sternocleidomastoideus. I think is the call in English. In Spanish, is a really long word. I think that in English is the same. Sternocleidomastoideus. Sternocleido. Sorry, sometimes I mess up some words from Spanish to English. Okay, and look, you have a really nice shapes just using this really quick base analysis from, and you mark across where you want to get the eyes. To analyze proportions, the center, and from that you started to sculpt. I have this. I prefer to keep this. I like more. I'm trying to follow in a school shape. Create a hole for the eyes. Okay. Create this hole for the chumps. Create this shape from the jaw. Looks like a robot. I want to change this clay view, this square. Right? Looks more like a robot right now. You'll have the mouth here. If you could, your head in the middle of the middle is where you move your mouth should appear. Here. Okay. And from there, I don't know how to reference, but you can start to increase the nose from there, right? It's the center, just below the line where the cross with the horizontal line match with the vertical line. Okay. Then I like to use spheres. Oh, sorry. I moved my sphere to the oculus cavity. And think that this hole has to cover the sphere totally to the middle of this field itself. Okay, I mean, if we have this not to the middle, a quarter part of the hole there. Let's try to explain. If I move a little bit more through that color selected, you can get a nice eyeball structure and enough deepness. And you can start to play with, move the mold a little bit. I mean, the heads has different shapes. Every head is completely different, one to each other. But the idea is get some kind of idealistic superheroic head. That this is a good shape for each head, you know. So duplicate, formation, mirror. The space between the space of the eye, the space that you have here should have the same length of one border to the eye to the other. Let's see. Then when you have this base, you can start to apply more resolution and start to create shapes over this. For example, this part of the bones on the head has muscles and fat here. And you will start to cover your eyes with the skin, muscles, and fat as well. Well, just adding the clay tubes, the clay build, you will get the shape. Then you change to the dam standard and extract using no grave, just pull up. See add is this. See sub, sorry, is when you create a hole. See add is to create a line up. Once you apply that material there on the eye, then you can continue adding muscle connections here where the nose shapes nose holes started to appear. This nose ball here, muscle nose, muscles and fat here for the chunks, tendons and muscles. I'm talking about tendons, not because it has to be there. Well, it has to be there, but it's just using my memory things, you know, to do that lines that reply the tendons below or over the two teeth. And then you have muscles there connected to this and this, right? And I started to get anatomy. Then apply it, lips. using Dan standard, flatten, clay builds, Dan standard. Sorry if I am jumping on the brushes, but it's my way to work, you know. I have shortcuts on my keyboard to use the brush using the number pad, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is where I have my brushes. I have 10 brushes that I use to school. The most that I use very often is clay build, clay tubes, dam standard, flatten sometimes, but clay build, dam standard. In this process, right? In this sketch or idea process, I like to use just no more than 3 or 4 brushes. Then once you have your project advanced, you can use another type of brushes to add details or micro details. Let's put some flesh there. Looks really interesting, right? I want a square jaw as the reference that you have here. Then also a little bit up. And the important thing is, yeah, 3-dimensionality, you know, look in every angle as possible. Okay, well, this is depends on the shape of the head. I started to follow the skin and muscles and fat, apply it. I started to move. Depends, yeah, of the head. But is my process. Okay, it's a good guide, I think so. When you wanted to start to sculpt the head, then yeah, you can start to change and apply the neutral expression, adding more shapes, more lines. It's really interesting if you have many views of the character that you want to do. You have the, well, not many, the main image to work on a face that you should have, you must have, are front, yeah, 3/4, and side. With that image you can follow. I not use it that what to do, because I like to get the 3D from that 2D image. It's always a challenge for me, but when you use this as a channel, you will learn a lot to interpret the 2D image into the 3D. It's really useful for companies when you have this skill. Solve it really well, because sometimes a company wants to see a 3D character and just have one view of the character, even in motion or something like that, and you have to use your knowledge to interpret this 2D concept into 3D shapes. So it's really useful if you use this as a challenge. Just try to imagine how the things works on the 3-dimensional, if you see something in front, what happened on the side, what happened on this angle. It's really cool. Use that as an exercise. You always take a picture from 2D and make the things try to make the things in 3D just one image. It's a good exercise. I recommend it a lot. Okay. And getting an advantage of the software, I like to use one interesting brush here that we have. Oh yeah, this. You can get a base shapes for a ear there. This is a mesh. It's not a brush. It is some kind of meshes that you can create this for yourself. Maybe I will show you later when I started to design something more on the character, how to show how this works. These things work because it's really cool. If these brushes are default there on the software, and you apply it directly on a mesh, as you saw. It's supposedly the line of the eye is where the line of the ear started, from the upper part of the ear. It was the ears. Okay. And then if you want the hair, I use the same principle, the same idea for the things on the suit, on the body. Just create a mask really quickly. And extract that part from the mask. Ta-ta-ta. So to extract. Okay, wow, it's a nice helmet. Geometry, Dynamesh. Okay. Then you can work on the hair. That is other totally different process to get the hair, but nothing too complicated, just to have patience to put hair. Okay, well guys, I think that is enough for today. This is the final result of the guy moving and getting. Yeah, what can I get from this? Even as I told you, I have to continue moving this guy to see what can I do to get the accurate thing that I have in my mind for this guy until you get the final. Yeah, and once you have how the character is supposed to look, you have to do the expression because, for example, if you have this, let me try to write some lines really quickly here. You want to, if you try to use this guide, let's see what happened. Just move this here. Where is my character? Okay, I'm going to turn around the things that I made before. Boots, pants, okay, and my hands. Oh, turn off the symmetry. Once you move this, once you have the how the character supposed to look, you have to apply an expression to that, you know. Because this neutral expression is too boring to the whole dynamism that you can apply on the body. So you have to change that face, boring face, to a face with expression. But I think that I will show you on the next video, and I will work a little bit more to get this character more finalized on the next video, because I want to show you how to render this character and get a nice presentation for your portfolio or something that you want to show you what started to do with these projects. Okay, that's another thing at the end, you know, get a nice presentation, because this will give you the opportunity to get a nice job, the dream job, or the idea that you have in mind for this. Okay, and I think that on the next session we will see this character with a nice expression, and maybe yeah, I know that I said on the video a few weeks ago about that I will show you videos or time-lapse videos about work process, but as you know, I'm working on this. Is more like an extra time to share with you guys my things. Okay, but I will try to do the best for the next, and we'll have the character almost finishes, yeah, and see what we need to do to get a nice presentation with the renders. Also, I owe you this guy too, yeah, because this is another cool thing that I like to do, is conceptualize things with the brushes here. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for waiting, for the patience. I hope this worked for you guys on your work. I really appreciate all the people that follow my work. Stay tuned on the things that I'm posting, showing. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next time. See? Bye bye.